Yellowstone's first big death backs up Kayce is dying theory. A closer look at Lee Dutton's Dave Annable. Death in Yellowstone in the context of the Dutton family tree supports the theory that Kayce Dutton, Luke Grimes, will die in Taylor Sheridan's neo-Western epic. The connection is sobering after Yellowstone foreshadowed Kayce's death in Season 5, Episode 12. Things are coming to a head for the Duttons as they round out Yellowstone's 5th chapter. The second half of Yellowstone Season 5 experienced production delays, but Sheridan planned its ending from the start. Thus, the series' first Dutton death of the 5-season saga may foreshadow its last tragedy. Kayce has a more active role in Yellowstone Season 5, Part 2, starting with his father's unexpected death. While Kayce, Monica, Kelsey Asbill, and Tate, Brecken Merrill, were settling in a house on the Dutton Ranch, the father had distanced himself from his family's affairs. However, after Kevin Costner's John Dutton IE meets his fate, Kayce takes an active role in his murder investigation. While he chooses not to murder the man responsible for his father's death in Episode 12, opting to count coup, Kayce is dangerously positioned as Yellowstone Season 5 concludes. The first milestone in a long line of Dutton tragedies is Lee's death in the Yellowstone series premiere. Lee accompanies his father, a convoy of law enforcement, and cowboys to take back their cattle from Thomas Rainwater, Gil Birmingham. As Lee and the others storm the Broken Rock tribe to take back their cattle, things turn violent and a gunfight ensues. Ultimately, the Yellowstone Dutton Ranch convoy retreats its cattle. However, the eldest Dutton challenges the tribe members on the scene, causing Monica's older brother, Robert Long, Jeremiah Bitsy, to shoot and kill him. Kayce gets entangled in the start of the range war as he is rounding up cattle for the Broken Rock tribe, which includes his wife and son. Upon witnessing Lee's death, Kayce shoots Monica's brother to protect himself. The youngest Dutton then carefully walks his brother's body back to the ranch on horseback. Thus, Lee's death marks the beginning of Kayce's reemergence at the Yellowstone Dutton Ranch. The event is divisive, turning a simple dispute over cattle into an all-out range war for the ranch, setting up the narrative arc for Yellowstone and its spin-offs. As Sheridan expanded his neo-Western empire after Yellowstone began, the additional stories clarified that Lee's death is just a part of the ranch's history and the sacrifices made to maintain it. Specifically, Sheridan has a way of leaving a single child alive in the clans of the rich Dutton family tree. In 1883, Elsa, Isabel May, meets a tragic, defining fate, leaving Audie Rick's John Dutton I as the only surviving child of James, Tim McGraw, and Margaret, Faith Hill, Dutton. While John survives and the parents have another child, tragedy follows the Duttons into the Great Depression. James and Margaret had Spencer before Brandon Sklenar played the character in the cast of 1923. Still, his brother, James Badgedale's John, dies in 1923 Season 1, Episode 3, The War Has Come Home, which leaves Spencer as the only surviving son of James and Margaret. John Dutton IE's father, Dabney Coleman's John Dutton II, continues the trend since he has no known siblings. Even Costner's John Dutton IE was an only child. His brother Peter died as a baby, noted in Yellowstone when John D. died and again when Monica and Kayce's son, John IV, died. The drama of one remaining Dutton per generation dominates every Yellowstone story. It only makes sense that Season 5, Part 2, would continue the trend, and if it does, only one Dutton sibling can remain. Considering Tate's conversation with his father about his death in Yellowstone Season 5, Episode 12, Kayce might not survive the series. The development would single out Kelly Reilly's Beth as the last of a generation, solidifying the trend for the next, since Beth can't have children of her own. Kayce's death would leave Tate as the only seventh-generation heir to the family's legacy. Tragedy surrounds the lives of the Duttons in Yellowstone. Sheridan's existing 1883 and 1923 stories prove that the screenwriter makes a habit of leaving minimal Duttons surviving to pass on the family's legacy, upping the stakes and drama. Therefore, Kayce would top off all the other untimely deaths in Yellowstone Season 5. Kayce and Lee's deaths could serve as bookends to the series, potentially marking the beginning and end of the family's modern range war. The loss of John's youngest son would make for a tragic ending, but considering Elsa's death and 1883's ending, it would be thematically expected. There's even buzz that Sklanner's war-torn Spencer dies at the end of 1923 Season 2, further suggesting that the Dutton family trends back up Kayce's impending demise. Ultimately, it feels somewhat obvious when zooming out and looking at the entirety of the Dutton family curse. Kayce's death would leave Tate as the only possible blood-related Dutton to continue the family's legacy, exacerbated by the untimely death of his infant brother, John Dutton IV, in Yellowstone Season 5. The curse could also finally end with the family losing the ranch, as they shed the danger of protecting it. The Yellowstone universe has never shied away from shocking twists and devastating losses, but the most recent turn of events has left fans reeling. The death of Monica Long Dutton, Kayce's beloved wife, has sent ripples through the Dutton family and seems to lend significant weight to a growing theory. Kayce Dutton's fate is sealed, and his time is running out. A family in crisis. Monica's tragic death comes at a time when the Dutton family is already teetering on the edge of chaos. With John Dutton embroiled in political battles as Montana's governor and Beth and Jamie locked in their eternal sibling rivalry, Kayce has served as the family's moral compass. Yet his spiritual journey and visions have painted a grim picture of his future. Fans will recall the haunting vision Kayce experienced during Season 4's finale, where he stood at a metaphorical crossroads. He admitted to Monica that he had seen the end of us. At the time, many interpreted this as a sign of marital trouble or even a possible separation. But Monica's untimely death reframes this cryptic message. Could Kayce have foreseen her death, and his own? The vision revisited. Kayce's vision involved a wolf guiding him to two paths, neither of which seemed to offer a promising outcome. This wolf, a recurring motif in the series, symbolizes Kayce's connection to his Native American heritage and the spiritual world. For him, the wolf isn't just a guide. It's a harbinger of transformation and potentially death. With Monica's death, the crossroads Kayce faced becomes eerily prophetic. Her loss isn't just personal, it destabilizes Kayce's sense of purpose. Without her grounding influence, his struggles with loyalty to his family, his culture, and his own identity may spiral out of control. The theory that Kayce is destined to die takes on new urgency as he seems to be walking a path towards self-destruction or martyrdom. A legacy of loss. Yellowstone has a history of portraying the Duttons as a cursed family, burdened by their land, their name, and their loyalty to one another. The deaths of Lee Dutton, John's eldest son, and other close associates have reinforced this idea. Monica's death adds another layer to this curse, especially as it impacts Kayce, who has always been torn between his duties as a Dutton and his desire to break free from the family's toxic cycle. Kayce's relationship with Monica was a beacon of hope, a chance for him to create a different kind of legacy, one rooted in love and understanding rather than violence and power. With her gone, Kayce's grief could lead him to make reckless decisions, potentially sacrificing himself to protect what remains of his family. Clues in the writing. Showrunner Taylor Sheridan is known for his meticulous storytelling, often planting seeds of future plotlines long before they come to fruition. Kayce's journey has been marked by foreshadowing and symbolic imagery, much of it tied to his spiritual experiences. The death of Monica may be the catalyst that drives him toward his ultimate fate. Sheridan's writing has also explored themes of redemption and inevitability. Kayce's character embodies both. He's a man haunted by his past as a Navy SEAL and the lives he's taken, but he's also a father and husband striving to be better. If Kayce's death is on the horizon, it may serve as both a punishment for his past and a redemption arc, solidifying his role as the Dutton who sacrificed everything for his family's future. Fan theories and speculation. The theory that Kayce will die has gained traction among fans, who point to several key moments in the series as evidence. His recurring visions, the emphasis on his connection to the spiritual world, and his increasingly reckless behavior all suggest a man who is preparing to meet his end. Some fans believe that Kayce's death will be tied to his role as a protector. Whether he's defending the Yellowstone ranch from outside threats or shielding his son, Tate, from the dangers of the Dutton legacy, Kayce has always put others before himself. His death could be the ultimate act of selflessness, a way to ensure that Tate doesn't inherit the same burdens he has carried.